There have been numerous reversals from this authoritarian Labour government since Donald Trump took office, if you pay attention to Keir Starmer. You would think that everything is fine and that he gets along well with Trump, but that couldn't be further from the reality. In today's video, we have an exclusive from a close source of Trump that has made clear how he feels about Starmer. We will go over this in the video along with all of the most recent news from across the nation, but first, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our rapidly expanding community. Just a brief note to let you know that we have brand new Stuck Farmer t-shirts in stock. You can get them right now at british.com or by clicking the link in the description. Karma says everything is going well. In his tweet from yesterday, he congratulated President-elect Donald Trump on his historic victory and that it was lovely to speak with him. I look forward to working with the UK on everything from defence and security to growth and prosperity. However, in an exclusive from people close to the president, Donald Trump has repeatedly told associates in Britain that he believes the country's new Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, is very left-wing, highlighting how traditionally close relations between the US and UK are likely to be strained by the Republican president-elect's victory on Tuesday. The comments disparaging ST's politics came in private conversations over the past few months, according to people familiar with the situation, when the UK leader who brought his Labour Party to power in July was dealing with far-right riots and a persistent online feud with billionaire Trump ally Elon Musk. Trump also repeated some of Musk's harsh criticism of Starmer, claiming that this comes after his son Donald Trump Jr. was questioned about Labour's meddling in the election. I apologize for the brief question, but what is your gag, British tea? It feels nice, sir. Just one quick question, how is your polling performance in Pennsylvania? Are you worried? Tomorrow, Kamala Harris will speak at the Ellipse. Thank you, I love her speeches, and every time she does, we win 100,000 votes. Your last question was, will the British Labour Party's accusations of meddling in this election harm the special elation? It's definitely not a great start because it's obvious what they're doing, and it's complete insanity what I see with what's happening in the UK right now, where they're imprisoning people for misgendering someone. I mean, it's disgusting, and they should be ashamed of themselves. Thank you, and it's safe to say it's off to a rocky start. Tell me in the comments what you think about all of this. In other news, 2 more migrants have perished while attempting to cross the English Channel, raising the year's overall death toll to a record 62. According to French media sources, up to 20 more persons are still unaccounted for at sea. Growing worries regarding the increasing number of fatalities. Authorities have disclosed that individuals, profit-driven smugglers, are endangering more migrants by using progressively subpar boats, and criminal gangs are willfully packing the boats to the brim with no regard for human life in their quest for money. These risky trafficking networks' actions have added to this year's record number of fatalities in the Channel. The Prime Minister will urge swifter and more comprehensive measures, telling the gathering that we need to go farther and faster and take the fight to them, during a meeting of the European political community in Budapest today. Keir Starmer is scheduled to call for increased action against people smuggling networks. His speech coincides with growing international pressure to dismantle the criminal empires making money off of risky channel crossings. Avit Cooper, the Home Secretary, has underlined how important international cooperation is to addressing the situation. Destroying the criminal networks that plan the exploitation of weaker individuals for financial gain requires our cooperation with our allies in the Western Balkans. Cooper claimed to have laid out plans to collaborate with Serbia more closely. Kosovo and North Macedonia will map criminal activity and exchange intelligence. Cooper noted that, based on Home Office data, thieves will quickly understand they have nowhere to hide as a result of our increased efforts. Since the start of the year, 31,270 individuals have traveled across the English Channel in small boats. Speaking to the media from Palm Beach, Florida, Nigel Farage has urged the Labour government to throw open the red carpet for Donald Trump after the Republican defeated Vice President Kamala Harris in a historic political comeback. The Republican will return to the White House in January to start his second term as president. As the election results came in, the Reform leader in the UK said Trump was resilient and easygoing, praising the victory as remarkable. According to Farage's analysis of the election results, I was extremely optimistic about Trump's chances for the day, and boy was I right. It was amazing to see him in that ballroom last night, surrounded by his close friends and middle family. Elon Musk very prominent indeed, and it kind of started off cautiously optimistic and then it became just uproarious. It was a proper party, revealing more about how Trump reacted to the results throughout the night. Farage admitted that the White House hopeful was so laid back and dispassionately looking at the screens. He added, "Whether you like him or not, he is just the most resilient, most extraordinary bloke. I spoke to him very briefly last night and sent him a message today." When questioned on what Trump's victory means for the UK and Prime Minister Keir Starmer's relationship with the incoming president, Farage urged the Labour government to roll out the red carpet and spark talks as soon as possible with the Trump administration. Farage continued, "We have the prospect of a Trump government bringing in quite big tariffs for all foreign imports, something that we need to deal with by getting involved in negotiations as quickly as we reasonably can, and that means rolling out the red carpet." When asked if he will play a significant role in bridging the gap between Trump and Starmer's relationship, the Reform UK leader acknowledged that when he appoints his cabinet, "I'm likely going to know quite a few of them personally quite well, so I do think that I might have a role to play in helping to break down those barriers." I'm happy to see that Speaker Cindy Hoy has stated that he looks forward to the American president addressing both houses of Parliament when he visits next year, so that's at least a beginning. However, we do need to start speaking with the Trump transition team as soon as those important positions are filled. There are fundamental political disagreements between the US and the UK, and vice versa. It is in our national interest to resolve these issues to the satisfaction of both parties, and I will assist in any way I can to remove some of those barriers. However, Farage made it clear that he would not be accepting the position of US ambassador to the UK, stating that he would never serve as the ambassador for a Labour government. Requested his opinion on a potential applicant for the position of ambassador. Lord Peter Mandelson. Farage expressed skepticism to the press. "Regardless of your opinion of him, Peter Mandelson is a very intelligent man. I observed him in the European Commission. I'm not entirely sure if he's the ideal person to go into the Oval Office and talk to Donald Trump, but at least he would be respected because he has a sharp mind. Master his brief." Please share your ideas about the topics we covered in today's video in the comments box below. If you haven't already, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more British stuff.